Hatred, A Christmas Story is described by its developer as a parody game, though in my opinion the game feels more like a dark comedy than a parody. Though I'm not familiar with the source material the game is meant to be a parody of, so my ability to judge the quality of this game as a parody is non-existent. Still, the game can be approached as a dark comedy, considering it involves a murderous Santa Claus that operates much like Robot Santa from Futurama. You take on the role of a genocidal Saint Nick who has decided to forgo stuffing the stockings of naughty boys and girls with coal, and has decided to eliminate them altogether through the usage of firearms and melee weapons. Of course, if you kill anyone that isn't on the naughty list, it's game over. So make sure you save your bullets and axe blows to the head for those that truly deserve it, such as Timmy, a rampant jaywalker. On the gameplay side of things, the game is a bit of a mess, to be honest. The issues start with the control layout and just snowball from there. The game utilizes no less than 5 buttons, which is an awful lot for a game where you basically just run around shanking people. Though the real heart of the control issues is that to pick up loot you need to tap on the enter key, which is on the opposite side of the keyboard from all the other buttons you're using to command Santa. Another major issue with the game is that it's near impossible to do a quick turnaround and fire in this game and manage to hit your intended target. The game can't seem to handle a quick turn, shoot, and run action, and will usually send the bullet in the opposite direction of where you intended. And if it doesn't go in the opposite direction, there is still a decent chance that it'll go in one of the other wrong directions. Of course, the issues with guns don't stop at aim, but also continue when it comes to the accessories for your firearms as well, since they appear to be equally effective on melee weapons. Another oddball issue with the game is sometimes your attacks don't appear to register, and I'm not sure what the cause of this issue is, but it doesn't seem to last for long and didn't really hinder me in any shape or form, but it is an odd bug nonetheless. Of course, it's not the only odd bug. Another strange issue is that enemies oftentimes appear to be unable to walk over a tile where another enemy was killed. This isn't to say everything about the game is bad, but the mechanics are so flawed that you're practically forced to either slowly waddle through the game utilizing a firearm, or take the plunge and sell your ammo and firearms for an axe instead. And while you could argue Santa Claus running around like a common axe murderer is funny, in a dark kind of way, it also undermines the idea of this game being a shooter. Graphically speaking, the game is passable, I suppose, but feels a bit sloppy. One of the more notable issues with the game is that one of the enemies is located on a tile that is impossible to reach, while another NPC is located behind a grove of impassable trees. I've also had an enemy sprite evade my attack and then jump into an area that was inaccessible to the player. Sadly, I don't have a recording of this. Another odd design choice I noticed was that one of the stone buildings contains a lot of holes in the floor, but the tiles containing the holes would indicate that they are part of a wooden floor. Sound-wise, the game is interesting, I guess. The title screen utilizes a song from Futurama about Robot Santa, while the main game utilizes music created by the band Metallica. It's definitely an odd choice considering the main character. I'd honestly expected the game to utilize various Christmas songs in order to create a dark joke about the cheerful nature of the music, in contrast to the events that are taking place on screen. Hatred, A Christmas Story is a rather poor game, all things considered. This isn't to say the project doesn't have some value, but all of the flaws surrounding the firearms just makes me want to go back and play something like Past Life, Legend of Aloria. The game is in desperate need of refinement. As it stands, I can't recommend this title to anyone unless they're looking for something short, morbid, and plays poorly.